How's everyone doing today? If you haven't been to the Iron Nation Garage channel, welcome back. We are going to do a very special episode and a cameo from my older brother Dan. So we have a weed whacker, not running right. So we're going to take everyone through it. I'm thinking it could be a issue just with the adjustment screw, but it could be the diaphragm or the carburetor. It's a mixed gas Craftsman Weedwhacker. We're gonna we're gonna fire it up. It's running on choke, but it will not throttle up or run off choke. So let's take a look.
Okay, howdy there. Iron's Garage.
Iron Nation Garage.
Iron's Nation Garage. Here we go.
Does it have an on button? The on button's on and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Gotta give it gas so much. You gotta throttle it.
Okay. So choke is fired on full
Yep.
choke. Let's.
I will fire in 3. You may.
I'm just full throttle right now. All right, we tried full throttle on no choke. We're gonna go back to choke, no throttle. All right, so let's do this on that. Try half choke. All right, we're looking at a couple other things. All right, we're back up on the workbench here, so we're gonna take a look. We have our air filter cover here. You can see your primer bulb here, carburetor, throttle cable coming in right here. I believe it's something carburation that's doing. I think it's a diaphragm or just a clogged port somewhere within that carburetor, I'm thinking. So it could be something as simple as putting some carburetor cleaner in, spraying it through, or it could be a diaphragm. It might need a new diaphragm if that old one in there is dried out. So we'll start taking this off. I'll kind of walk you guys through it. So we're gonna get this cover off first. Let's see what we got here. Let's see.
It's a clip right there to the side. Is that it? It's like a clip.
Okay.
I think. I can't.
Yeah. Sometimes they have a little bolt. Get my light in here. Bring this light over here. I can get it over there. All right. Yeah, it's probably a clip there somehow. You see.
It looks like it clips on and off.
That might just be a little.
That's what I think.
Yep. And a little flathead maybe.
Push that maybe a little out.
Yep. All right, Danny, show us what our issue was. So here we were going. That clicks in on that side. So that it mounts right there, and it's hinged right over here. That'll open the air filter up. We were having a tough time on that one. Sometimes they make these things. They used to have bolts, but that was it. It basically just hinges. So hinges right out like that. So that part hinges in here, And that clicks right in there. All right, Danny's back on. It looks like, I'm sorry, it was Allen key or flathead. So it gives you two options. I did not see the flathead portion in there. So you could do flathead screwdriver or you can do Allen key for that. And then that is, he's pulling that out there for the air filter assembly and carburetor. That's the first one coming out. And we'll also probably have to disconnect the carburetor as well, or the throttle cable. So you could use a flathead or an Allen key to pull those off. Again, it's running on choke, but it's not throttling up. So we're gonna see what we need to do to replace it. We're gonna try the basics. We're gonna use carburetor cleaner and blow out that carburetor. That might fix it. If not, we may have to buy a new diaphragm. Okay. So we have our throttle cable hooked back in here. We're gonna disconnect that. That's disconnect, that goes in just like that. Sometimes it's good to take pictures. I'm gonna do one just to be safe, just so you see how things are. You can always go back and look at it. So I'm gonna do a picture for myself. You can see the assembly. The bolts are the same. So sometimes you might have a bolt that's longer on the top, shorter on the bottom. So try to take note of that as well while you're disassembling these things. But very, very simple. Then you have breather tubes and also your fuel supply going down into your gas tank down here from what you can see. So, and that could be an issue too. We could have a clogged line or a clogged fuel filter in the gas tank. So that could be another issue too. But I did see fuel coming out of it, so I don't think that's the issue. So we're gonna disconnect those. When you disconnect your hoses, if you could see right here, two hoses. Just remember where those go as well. So I'm gonna get a picture of that too. All right, you wanna remember where those hoses go. All right.
Light green, dark green.
Yep, we got it black and a dark green. So from the way I'm looking at it here now, it looks like our black is off to the left and our green is off to the right. Okay, picture that. Always take pictures. This way you know how it went and you're not struggling when you reassemble. When you take these lines off, if it's an older unit, be careful if they're brittle. They sometimes break. You can always replace the lines if need be. But just try to be careful. You could use a little needle nose on them too to get them off.
Coming off all right?
Kind of. Okay, that's our black one's off. That's the flathead. There we go. We're off. Okay. So you can see here, we're going to blow carburetor cleaner through these guys, and we're going to blow it through some of the other ports in here. So here's your carburetor, as you can see. Make sure everyone can kind of see it clearly. Okay, get some light on it. I can zoom in a little bit too, so everyone can see. Those two screws that the assembly are right here. You can see those two. Those are either Allen or flathead. All right, this will open your choke right here. So this is your choke. You can kind of see how that acts. When your choke is on, it closes it. When it's off, it should be opening up like that. All right, and here's your primer bulb. You see primer bulb right here. And all right, we're gonna take some carburetor cleaner and run it through some of these ports and see what it does. And maybe that fixes it. We'll see. Okay. I'll just run it right through because I have the camera set up here. Some carb cleaner.
This thing's like brand new.
Yeah. Iron Nation Garage goes cheap. Wally World Super Tech carburetor cleaner on recommendation from Doug, my good mower friend. Cheap as you can get, Wally World. Maybe you can find it cheaper. Let me know. Leave it in the comments. But Super Tech carburetor cleaner and starter fluid from good old Wally World is my go-to. All right. So let's see what we got here. So you got these two little ports. We're going to blow through those first. Get some carb cleaner in there. Actually, you know what? Let's open. We're going to open the carburetor up. We've got 4 Phillips head bolts right here. That's where our diaphragm is, right in there. We're gonna open that up and pull that apart. Yep. So you just get a Phillips head on those, and we're gonna open that diaphragm up, take a further look at what's going on with that. Oops. Oh, that came off. Okay, we got our assembly off here. I just want to remember which way that went to. That is right here, so that just popped off. We'll look at our pictures on that to see how I had that. So we do have pictures, so we're going to pop that down. I know that went that way. Okay.
Gasket looks good.
And parts for these things you can get right on Amazon. Typically you'll find a number on the carburetor, and you could run that number right in Google, and typically you'll see Amazon links that'll pop up first for you. So when you see that, just make sure everything just compare it with the specifics on Amazon that it matches your part number, and that'll usually do the trick. And it's the quickest, and typically that's my go-to is Amazon. I mean, sometimes there's some other sites you can use, but for me, it's Amazon. It's quick, and it's always pretty accurate with the part description. All right, 4 Phillips head bolts. We're taking this top cover off to get to our diaphragm. And there should be a gasket in there, so be careful when opening. Might need a razor on that. Get a razor.
There's a gasket to see it.
Yeah. Okay, that's our lid. All right, so as everyone can see, here's our diaphragm. Get some light on it for everyone. Okay. We could still try it with the current diaphragm in there and see if it fixes it. Sometimes these dry out. It looks pretty wet. Doesn't look horrible. But we're gonna blow some carb cleaner through it and see what happens. All right, that's off.
Put that.
Yep, those are there. Perfect. Okay. All right, so we've got. Let's take this outside. Can you grab the tripod there, Danny? Okay. Take this outside. All your holes here that you got to blow through on the carb. Gasket looks pretty good. All right. And you can't hurt it with this. Carburetor, just double checking. Yep, so. Just be careful with this stuff. It comes out quick. Wear safety glasses. Spray in there. Can't hurt it. Spray in from this end too. That little hole right here, we're gonna hit that. Oh, we got a cat over there, a little kitten. Hit that hole. Let's see. Okay, that's our throttle. You can see that opens that. We're gonna open that throttle and spray into there as well with that throttle open. So we can clear all that out. Can't hurt it. Hit all these holes again. And if you have smaller little needle wires, you can run them through the holes there too. That also helps. Typically, from my experience, the carb cleaner works. Does the trick. Okay, I think we hit them all, right, Danny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we're gonna take it back in. All right, note to self, prior to taking diaphragm cover off, see which way it was positioned or get a picture of it. So we're gonna have to just whirl it or just wing it and see if it works right. See if that works for us. So I'm putting our bolts back in. We're gonna pop our diaphragm cover back on. And then we'll put our assembly, air filter assembly back on as well. So try and get it start it with the hand tight there. Just because you're dealing with some delicate stuff with that diaphragm and the gaskets and stuff, just be gentle. And worst comes to worst, you get a new one of these carburetors on Amazon or wherever you want to go, whatever site. I think they're anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks, maybe 25 bucks. So, so you could always order one. You could get OEM, or you can get them through aftermarket. I think a lot of them come from China. Not that that's an issue, but sometimes they're a little bit more cheaply made. It's just what you got to watch out for. They sometimes do have issues, but OEM's always good, but you're going to get charged a lot more. All right, tightening that up. Again, I did not see, I think for that diaphragm cover, it doesn't matter how it goes back, but we'll find out if it's either going to run or it's not going to run. Hopefully the what we did with the carb cleaner might fix it for us. We'll see though. Don't over tighten these bolts, these little Phillips heads either. They don't need to be too tight. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure everyone can see. So we got them all tightened up. All right, next this guy. Let's look at our picture. See how this guy went. So that was primer bulbs right here. That picture, you can see this is over here like this. So that's going to go up against, that's definitely up against there like that. Okay. Okay, I see. All right, so I think we are like, primer bulb is that way. I think we're this way. Okay, there we go. Just get your bolts to line up. That's how it goes, just like that.
Yep.
Okay, good. Do we have those bolts?
Right there.
I'll run these bolts through here. I'll run them through just so we can get it set up the way it needs to be. I'm just reassembling it. And all right, so now we have choke top up, our choke is on the top, primer bulb back here, 2 bolts to go back into the main assembly. All right,
Connect
got that.
hoses?
What's that? Yep, we got to connect hoses and then we'll remount it. And as we saw with the hoses, that's why we get a picture. I believe the black was closer to us. Bottom one. Yep, black was closer. Yep, so black's going to be that guy. All right, now, I can keep one of those out for now. All right, connecting up our black, I believe, is going to be breather, and green, I believe, is fuel coming in. And again, if this doesn't fix it, process of elimination. We could have a fuel line dirty, something in the tank, in the fuel primer bulb down in the fuel filter in the gas tank. We could have an issue there. That might need to be replaced. I just did the quickest thing to try first, and pulling the carb, doing carburetor cleaner, and seeing if that does the trick. Assembly back on, and then our throttle cable right back on. That was them. Most of those throttle cables could be tough, but that was actually fairly easy. So I don't know if you guys want to see. You can see here, throttle cable. You just kind of pull that back and then just stick that little guy. It's like a little guy right here, just sticks right in through there. Okay. I know you guys are at a distance here, trying to work on the workbench and convey everything to everyone. All right, where's our flat bit? We'll get that tightened up. Actually, they're not hard to work on. The weed whackers are fairly simple. And this is a mixed gas Craftsman Weedwhacker. I have a Troy-Bilt, which is runs on regular gas, and you have to just check the oil. It's not mix. And I had issues with that last year. I got that fixed and corrected. All right, we're just tightening up our main air filter bolts here and the carburetor bolts. Okay, good. Yeah, we can leave this off for now. Or, yeah, we'll leave that off for now, just in case we got to pull it off again. Okay. All right, let's go back outside. I'm going to cut us for a minute. All right, back outside again here with Dan. He's going to give us a couple pumps. Carburetor's back on. We're leaving the air filter cover off, as everyone can see. Let's see if this was just carburetor cleaner, cleaning out the carburetor, as I showed everyone. Let's see if this does the trick. It may not, but let's just see. Adjustment, maybe we could adjust that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down.
Yep, bring it down a little bit. Yep, we'll do the air adjustment, air fuel. You want some ether? Try that. Yeah. All right, we got her to cough on ether briefly. We're gonna keep trying here. Throttle's working right. Close it again. All right, it's firing full throttle, no choke. It's not pumping it. I think it's that diaphragm, or it could be something down in the tank maybe. So one thing we didn't try, we cleaned the carburetor, we did all that, we did not try replacing my brother's 3-year-old gas, Dan?
Probably.
So I think we're thinking 2 to 3-year-old mixed fuel in that carburetor. So again, I don't do everything right. I'm not the best top mechanic in the country or world or whatever, but I do my best with what I know. So I probably got 3 steps ahead before, but we're gonna now, we did fresh ethanol-free gas. I'm gonna do a segment on ethanol-free with mixed gas for this. We're gonna try that. I have ethanol-free. I highly recommend ethanol-free, anything small engine, even your tractors, anything that's sitting, and stabilizer with the ethanol-free. All right, let's fill this thing up. That's good. Okay. Yep, let's go. All right. Let's see. Let's hope for good stuff right now. I don't know.
Prime it.
All right, we'll prime it.
Some fresh
Get
gas.
some fresh gas in there now. Let's see if we can get that other crap gas through. It didn't smell good. I dumped it all out here recently. So let's see what we got. Hopefully this does it. No on switch. Right, that's off. Okay. Prime. All right, let's try. Oh, you know, I was off choke. That's better. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take it. Try full on, no choke, full on throttle. Okay. All right. Let's see. Still cold. Give him another pump.
Back that screw too.
Yeah, let's try that. that fuel air mixture. Get that Phillips in. Phillips in. Let's go full on. We're gonna go full on here. I'm backing it that way. Go toward me. Yeah, you can try it a couple different ways. I hope I didn't flood it. Try to choke. Alright, let's try to use that screwdriver quick. Let's back it out. Better back down, close that way. Back further down. That does something. Ether. It's all the way in. Let's back it out a little bit. Coming out a bit. Right in that area.
Just running on ether, right?
Well, no, I didn't spray that time. Try that. Let you try a couple. Just keep.
Yeah.
So we're loosening on the screw. So just we're going on
I'm throttling it or
yep.
not? Throttle?
You could do if you're throttling, take the choke off. And back that screw out of it too if we hit it a little bit. We're going. Yep. There you go. Try a couple other things here. All right, welcome back, everyone. We have received our parts. what Danny and I ended up doing, my older brother Danny, this is a little project we're working on. It's been a couple days now. It's early in the morning. My little guys are still sleeping. I'm getting out here. I'm going to try to get this fixed for my older brother. This was the carburetor issue that we had with his Craftsman Weedwhacker, just giving everyone a quick follow-up. Again, I know it's all part of one video. So what we ended up doing, we got a a carburetor off of Amazon. And what that carburetor came with was, I believe, a spark plug. It came with the spark plug, the fuel filter, hoses, fuel hoses, as you could see, $15.25. So here's your unboxing here. That's all your, and what I had previous said was one return line and fuel line. Actually, I'm sorry, air line. It's actually the original fuel line should be the black line in, and then the green one's going to be your return line. So that go in. So, but yeah, we got fuel line for $15.25 on Amazon. Fuel line. We got our. Let's see what else we got here. Here's our new carburetor, as you can see. All right, new carburetor. This should be spark plug right here. I don't know if I'm going to change that just yet. We'll just have it as an extra just in case. Gasket. Secondary gasket. That is the fuel filter that goes inside the gas tank, and that hooks into that line. If we want to change it, I'm not going to change it yet. We're going to put the new carburetor on, see if that fixes everything for us. And we've got, well, they even gave us 2 primer bulbs there. So, and we've already got a primer bulb on there, but we have 2 extras. So, yeah, pretty, for $15.25, you're getting all that. It's not bad. We're just going to do the carb replacement. Now, previously on the video, I did take the carb and spray it. Now, that carburetor actually further does break down, and we could have did a carb rebuild kit, and those rebuild kits go for about $5, just $5 to $6, somewhere in that area. They're a little bit more intricate than just replacing the carburetor. However, what I would recommend is the original carburetor that's on here. Don't throw those out. Keep them. That's gonna just in case you ever want to do the rebuild on that or get the rebuild kit. These stock carburetors are going to be better than these carburetors you get on Amazon. Again, some of these things are flawed, but I would say maybe 1 out of 30, 1 out of 40, somewhere you might get a bad one. But for the most part, it's going to get the job done. It's going to run, and we'll see if it fixes what we need. But I'm not going to throw away the original carburetor, and I might even do a rebuild kit on that for my brother Danny as well. But we'll see. But we're going to take you through it. I know we did flathead. We did flathead to take this assembly off. It's actually, and I mentioned Allen key. It's actually a Torx. It's the T20, okay? So there's 2 T20s right here. You can see Torx T20 bit. You take these guys right out. 1 and 2. Really, really simple to work on. Or you could use a flathead screwdriver. So it's Torx or flathead in that bolt. I don't know if you can zoom in a little bit for you there. See, it's has that flathead option on there. So we're gonna get those guys out. And we have to disconnect also we have our throttle cable. Just disconnect that guy as well. It should just move that little thing on the top and then pull that out right there. That's your throttle cable linkage that hooks in. So we're going to take these T20s out, get our carburetor off, our stock carburetor. I'm probably going to do a rebuild on this one too. We'll see what the kits go for. I think they're about $5 to $6. You can get the carb rebuild kits. It shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to do, maybe 20 to 30 minutes to do a rebuild on the carburetor. So pull this guy off. Okay. And these bolts, they're the same. They orient the same way. Just pull those right out. All right. And then here's your main assembly right here. We're going to pull that out. See if we have a gasket there. So here's our gasket here on that. And we got our fuel lines over here. These should just pull right off. Just snapped them back the other day, so it should just pull right off. Okay, there's that one. And we're leaking a little bit there. Need to snap that off there. Get my fuel plugs there. There we go. Just a little bit of gas isn't gonna hurt anything. Yeah, there we go. And the black line is gonna go. If you can see that, the black line's gonna go on this one right here. That's your original. That's your fuel line. This is your return right here. So it orients this way right here. Okay. Put that. Okay. Zoom back out again. All right, let's pull that back out. Put that there. Here's our new carburetor. You can see. Looks identical to what we need. Let's make sure our gaskets are in place. All right. This gasket is gonna go right. Let's see here. This guy. That is not that one. Should we have everything right here? That looks like that. Oh, take a look here. Okay. Look about the same there. I'm missing a gasket there. That could have been an issue. I think these are, let's take a look. All right, they are a little, yeah, they are different. Just gotta make sure we orient it correctly. So this one looks to be, it's different from the stock one. Let's see. All right, this guy, just, your holes should all line up when you're putting these things on. So I think this one's right. Okay. There we go. I think that one's gonna do that right there. Okay. That one's close too. Let's look at this side. It's not that way. I think that's our best shot there, just like that. Look at these guys again. Okay. Okay. That's the way it's going to go. See how that orients there? That matches that whole template right there. So that one's going to go that way. Lines up right there. Looks like that lines up pretty nice right there against like that. Okay. Let's look at this one over here. So go on the back side, I believe. Yep. Perfect. That one orients nicely that way on the back. Okay. So let's get this straight, and we'll run our bolts through. Okay. Okay, that should go right through that like that. Okay. Let's get our bolts. And once you get your bolts through, your gaskets and everything should line up nice. So we're just coming right through here like this. There we go. Oh, one slid slid through. I hope the old Danny boy, the eldest of the Iron Nation garage family, will be pretty thrilled. He's doing his lawn. He's got about, he's got a nice little lawn. He's got a little zero turn I had to help him out with last year. He had carburetor issues, and I think he, after we fixed it last year, he had a couple more issues, and I showed him what it was, just dirt in a carburetor, and he was able to manage that himself, get it fixed. So, all right. So we're through. Bolts are through. Gaskets are in, as everyone can see. We are oriented the correct way. Again, this is just the brand new carburetor. This guy is the old one. We're probably going to do a rebuild on this one at some point, and I'll probably do it for Danny. So we're just going to put this through. We'll get our fuel lines on here in a minute. We got our gaskets on, and then we'll get our throttle cable on as well. And just remember that black line is going to be closer to the carburetor, and the black fuel line closer. The return fuel line is going to be further out. And I'll try to get you guys a better angle on that. Grab our T20, start threading that in. Got this T20 set, or these torque sets at Hobo Freight. You can't beat it. Best bang for your buck for the most part. Got one right down the road here. All right, don't go too tight on them. Okay, right about there. I'm hoping this fixes it. There's a couple of things we can look at, but this should correct our issue. And as we can see here, I'll turn it around, but this guy right here, that little, that top right there goes right into this assembly where my finger is. So we're just got to kind of just, you might have to move that back a little bit to put it in. And that'll set our throttle cable up. And we're just putting that in, just push it back, right in, we're good, okay. All right, now we got to hook our fuel lines up. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Here's our return, here's our fuel line. So we want that black line, it's gonna go closer to the line. It's a little bit, just take pictures before you take everything apart. Just hooking that in right there so everyone could see. All right, black line is closer in, and then the black fuel, and then the return green line is further out from what everyone could see there. All right, got that hooked in. All right, let's throw our cover on here. The filter doesn't look too bad either. It's not horrible. And, you know, my brother Danny doesn't have too much use on this weed whacker, but nice little unit all in all. Mixed gas. Okay, cover's back on. Let's see if we can get this thing, once we're going to prime it up, see if that fuel comes right through here. Let's see if we get some fuel that comes through. Let's see if it's pulling. Oh, yep, we're pulling fuel, see? We're pulling fuel through. That's good. I'm going to give it a couple pumps. All right. I got the zero turn here. I'm going to try and fire on this thing here. Set it up for everyone to see. It's still early in the morning, so I'm going to leave. What's it called? We're going to leave the garage just closed. I'm only going to get it to run for a couple minutes, but let's see what it'll do. Primed. Yeah, all right, that's good. Very good. Simple fix. That did it. Basically, new carburetor from Amazon, $15.25. Includes, we didn't even put the plug in, and just a carburetor. Again, we're probably going to do a rebuild on that original carburetor. Don't throw away your original carburetors to these, just in case. You never know, and it'd be good. I'm going to do a rebuild on it, and I'll show the channel here in a little bit. But for now, we got this thing running. Real simple fix. A couple bolts. Unhook your throttle cable, fuel lines, pull them off, put your new carburetor back on, and you're set. So that was it. I hope everyone enjoyed. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that segment. Again, just a basic carb replacement on this Craftsman Weedwhacker, and got fresh gas in it. Remember, ethanol free, wherever you can get it, plus do your fuel stabilizer on top of the ethanol free for any of these little small engines, because you'll run into this issue every single year. Happy to report to the eldest brother Danny that he is back in business. We'll get this back to him soon, and he's good to go. But very, very simple fix, not hard to do. Couple bolts. Anyone can do this. No need to take it to a shop. Just try to get out on it, wrench on it yourself, and see if you can get it fixed. But again, I want to thank everyone for who's subscribed, and the channel's grown. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Again, just trying to bring back any good information and videos to help people that YouTube's helped me in the past. So if you guys get a chance, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and we're going to be bringing more videos your way. So alrighty, thanks, have a great day.